Madison Wistlaw AP. Republican-ordered audits released Friday found that Wisconsin state agencies and the University of Wisconsin system have failed to track the millions of dollars they spent on diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, making it difficult to fully assess the initiatives. The highly anticipated reports come amid a push by President Donald Trump to end federal government support for DEI programs. There have been similar efforts in Wisconsin by Republicans who control the legislature. The report's findings are likely to further increase pressure from Republicans to do away with anything related to DEI. DEI practices at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, in particular, have come under close scrutiny. The system's flagship campus fired its chief diversity officer, Var Charleston, in January for what university officials said were poor financial decisions he had made, including approving substantial raises and authorizing what they deemed to be excessive spending on travel. The school is one of 50 universities across the country that Trump said are under investigation for alleged racial discrimination related to DEI programs. UW-Madison also is one of 60 schools that federal education officials are investigating because of accusations that they failed to protect Jewish students during campus protests last year over the war in Gaza. Audits estimate that millions of dollars went toward DEI activities. The audits found that neither UW nor the 15 state agencies that were reviewed specifically tracked how much money they spent on DEI efforts during the 2023-2024 fiscal year, which ended June 30th. Auditors estimated, though, that the UW system spent about $40 million in offices with duties connected to DEI. The system spent about $12.5 million on salaries for positions with job duties related to DEI, and another $8 million working on DEI-related activities. A dozen state agencies spent about $2.2 million on salaries for jobs related to DEI. Democratic Governor Tony Evers' administration didn't consistently require agencies to ensure DEI plans were developed and implemented correctly, the audit found. Also, agencies didn't consistently document when they corrected noncompliance, the report said. The administration cautioned about drawing conclusions about the actual costs related to DEI as outlined in the audit. Many of the costs were related to implementing programs required by law, were human resources best practices, or were tied to worker retention and recruitment efforts, said Kathy Blumenfeld, who heads the state's Department of Administration. GOP pushes to eliminate DEI programs. Legislative Republicans have been pushing for years to end DEI programs, and last year ordered the review by the nonpartisan Legislative Audit Bureau. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos has pledged to end diversity efforts in state government, saying such initiatives are cancerous and that he wants a society that is truly colorblind. Under a deal reached with Republicans in 2023, the UW system froze diversity hires, relabeled about 40 diversity positions as student success positions, and dropped an affirmative action hiring program at UW-Madison. In exchange, the legislature paid for staff raises and construction projects. Auditors found that when the deal took effect, the system had at least 123 full-time positions that provided DEI services, had job titles that included the terms diversity, equity, and inclusion, or were senior leadership positions focused on DEI. The number of positions had dropped to 110 by May 2024. There are now 64 positions, UW spokesperson Jack Jablonski said Friday. UW System President Jay Rothman wrote in a response letter to auditors that their work was challenging because there's no universal definition of DEI, and each school developed and prioritized its own initiatives, adding that he appreciated that auditors did not try to reach a total spending amount. He said that the system is undergoing a philosophical shift aimed more broadly at student success. The governor required agencies to create DEI plans. Evers signed an executive order in 2019, requiring each state agency to create and monitor equity and inclusion plans to address employment barriers, assess workplaces to ensure they're equitable, and promote inclusion and expand professional development to encourage a more inclusive culture.